Hello, and welcome to the Home Instruction Overview. My name is Faith Culp, and I am the Home Instruction Point of Contact for Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Today, we will be discussing the home instruction process used by each local school system in Maryland. We would like to highlight that all the information shared is specific to home instruction, or homeschooling, and is not to be connected with home and hospital programming, which is a completely separate program. This home instruction overview is a three-part presentation designed to help you understand home instruction in Maryland. In segment 1, we will provide a basic overview of home instruction in Maryland and explain how to get started. In segment 2, we will cover the particulars for developing your home instruction program and address departing home instruction after either completing your program or deciding to return to public or private school. Segment 3 is devoted exclusively to special topics for high school aged students. Our first segment of the presentation will focus on the initiation of home instruction. We will begin our discussion with a review of some of the important laws and regulations specific to home instruction in Maryland. In Maryland, there is a compulsory attendance law, which requires children between the ages of 5 and 18 to attend school regularly during the entire school year. Children who participate in home instruction are exempt from that law, so long as they are instead receiving regular, thorough instruction during the school year in the studies usually taught in the public schools to children of the same age. In short, that is the definition of home instruction. Once children complete their home instruction program, they remain exempt from the compulsory attendance law, but they do not receive a Maryland high school diploma like they would have had they attended public school. Some families choose to enroll in public school at a certain point, while others choose to pursue the General Education Development, otherwise known as the GED. We will talk more about the GED process in a later segment. For now, it is important to understand that you are compliant with the compulsory attendance law if you choose home instruction for your child and submit a notification form to the local school system before beginning a home instruction program. Just be aware that home instruction is an exemption to school attendance. It is an either-or situation. You must choose either home instruction or school attendance, but not both. It is also important to note that if you decide to depart from home instruction, you must re-enroll your student into a public or private school in order to remain compliant with the law. The only public school activity in which homeschooled students may participate is the regularly scheduled standardized testing programs that are administered in the public school your child is eligible to attend. Standardized tests refer to any test funded by the state of Maryland. This does not include nationally recognized standardized tests such as the SAT or ACT. In addition to the compulsory attendance law, there is a regulation in the Code of Maryland Regulations, otherwise known as COMAR, that governs home instruction. This regulation delineates the minimum requirements you must meet when considering your home instruction program. Specifically, the regulation addresses the local school system's role in reviewing the home instruction program, voluntary participation in standardized testing, non-compliance with the requirements, placement in a public school, and home instruction under supervision of a non-public school or institution. The full regulation can be found at the Maryland's Division of State Documents website. So, where to begin? You have some choices and decisions to make. The first decision is about the materials of instruction, curriculum, that you will use with your student. Putting in place materials of instruction involves selecting, creating, or purchasing curriculum. Please note that curriculum and instructional materials are not provided, recommended, approved, or subsidized by your local school system or the Maryland State Department of Education, otherwise known as the MSDE. It is the parent's responsibility to select and implement the chosen curriculum. The curriculum and the delivery of the curriculum you select may affect the second most important decision you have to make: the supervision of the delivery of home instruction. Supervision is a mandatory component of all home instruction in Maryland. The purpose of supervision, no matter the provider, is to ensure that your child is receiving regular, thorough instruction in the studies taught in the public school to children of the same age. So, your second decision is about identifying who will supervise your home instruction program. All home instruction programs in the state of Maryland require supervision. There are two options for supervision. Option one is that you may have your home instruction program reviewed by your local school system, to be discussed more thoroughly in segment 2. Or option 2 is that you may have your home instruction program supervised by an approved non-public school or institution. A list of non-public entities approved for that purpose, sometimes referred to as umbrella groups, can be found on the MSDE website. In short, supervision is required by either a MSDE approved entity or your local school system. Fortunately, each school system has a home instruction point of contact who will be able to answer your questions you might have regarding home instruction. A list of current home instruction coordinators can also be found on the MSDE website. Your local school system provides the home instruction notification form required in COMAR. This form is a written agreement that officially notifies your school system that you are electing home instruction. Completion of the form also verifies your compliance with the compulsory attendance law. The home instruction notification form must be submitted at least 15 days prior to the start of your home instruction program. These details can be found in COMAR. Please contact your local school system for instructions on obtaining and submitting the home instruction notification form. Before we end this first segment of our overview, it is important to understand that regardless of your choice of curriculum and supervision, your local school system and the MSDE do not award grades, credits, or a Maryland State diploma. We will discuss these considerations in more depth during the high school segment. This concludes the first segment of this overview.